Hello, in this video I shall be discussing 5 topics. The first topic is Good Governance Day. So in India we celebrate a day for especially reiterating on good governance of the country. So that day is on December 25th. Every year annually we observe this day as a Good Governance Day in India. This is also called as Sushasan Divas. So Sushasan Divas is on December 25th. This is been celebrated since 2014 when the present Prime Minister, announced this day to be observed as Good Governance Day. So this is because this is the birth anniversary day of Atal Bihari Vajpayee. He is the former Prime Minister of India. So he was born on 25th December 1924. So this particular day of 25th December is selected because of this particular reason. On this day, we observe this day particularly for 3 reasons: to bring awareness among the Indian people about their governance, so that the government is transparent in its working, and also for the government to be accountable to the people, to reiterate on these 2 issues. So as a whole, overall bringing the good governance of the country is the main objective of this day, and reaching that to the awareness of the Indian people. So this is about Good Governance Day. The next topic is ZTC. The full form of it is Zoland Territorial Council. So the name itself says this Zoland is a territory and this is having a council. So this is not, firstly, this is not officially confirmed, but there is a demand recently that is piling up its voice about having a Zoland Territorial Council. So this is basically, it is in Manipur, and in Manipur there is a tribal group called Zo. So these Zo people, there are so many sub-tribes under this group. So one such subtribe is Zau. ZOU is the subgroup and ZO is the group. So this particular subgroup ZOU, Zau group, subgroup, is asking for a separate territory and to have a separate ethnic recognition for themselves. So this Zomi ethnic group will have this group called Zau people. So they are also called Mizo Kuki-Chin people. So these people are asking for Zoland Territorial Council. So we'll say something about the Territorial Council. So this is a self-administered zone. So under 6th schedule, there are certain zones in India that can have a self-governance amongst themselves. So these are tribal areas. So they can have their independent autonomous governance. So under this particular aspect of this right, these Zoland people are asking for self-administered zone called Zoland Territorial Council. So these are indigenous to, these subgroup people are indigenous to Northeast Frontier Agency in India, and also they are all indigenous to Burma also. And they are officially recognized groups amongst 33 groups in Manipur. They are also recognized, one recognized group in India. So Manipur has got 33 indigenous groups of people that are recognized as indigenous people of India. So one group is Zo group, and they are considered as scheduled tribes of Manipur. So this is the section under which they belong. So they are asking or demanding for Zoland Territorial Council, which is heading news these days. The next topic is Tso Kar Wetland Complex. So this is a wetland complex. The name of it is Tso Kar. It is in the Union Territory of Ladakh, and this is recently added into Ramsar site. So this makes the 42nd Ramsar site in the whole listing of wetlands. So this is a high altitude wetland. It is on a high altitude. As we know, Ladakh is a high altitude area. This has mainly 2 water bodies. The first one is Stratsa Pukso. It is a freshwater lake. So Stratsa Pukso is a freshwater lake, and Tso Kar is a saline lake. So one is a freshwater one is a saline water lake. So these 2 lakes make up this whole wetland of Tso Kar. And one important feature of this area is, apart from being a very important wetland with 2 major water bodies, it is also a very important bird breeding area. So this is also important in this view of breeding of birds. The particular bird that comes here for breeding is black-necked cranes. So in India we have black-necked cranes. So this is the area wherein they breed the most, and this is a A1 category bird breeding area. Bird breeding areas, depending upon their importance, they are given categories. So this Tso Kar Wetland Complex is an A1 category bird breeding area also. So there is a news that this is recently entered into Ramsar site listing, and this is the 42nd Ramsar site. The next topic is Digibox. So Digibox is a very recent uptake. So this is a storage platform basically that will allow for cloud storages and files sharing and all. So this Digibox is now presently available for Android users, and this is a government take up, especially NITI Aayog has taken up this Digibox. And for our information, the present CEO of NITI Aayog is Amitabh Kant. So this will provide 20 GB of free cloud storage and 100 GB of free space. So this is a huge storage platform wherein we can access to this with just 30 rupees per month. For just paying 30 rupees per month, we can get this huge amount of this huge GB of data and storage. So there is an option called Insta Share in this box that will allow for high resolution shares of pictures or videos or files with high resolution we can share through this Insta Share option in Digibox. And this, the NITI Aayog has announced this after Google made a big announcement, that is from June 1st, 2021, Google is going to set a limit for the uploading of pictures and all. So in order to take up this particular task of the citizens of India that they can share things free on Google, this NITI Aayog has announced this particular Digibox on the wake of the announcement of Google that it is going to set a limit over the uploading of pictures. So now with this particular thing that is announced by the NITI Aayog, people can easily access to this uploading files and all with just 30 rupees per month. The next topic is BFSI firms or companies. So the full form of BFSI is Banking, Financial Services and Insurance Companies. So there is a listing of top 100 of these BFSI companies in 2020. So this listing is given by VisiKey. So VisiKey or a kind of newsmakers group. So this VisiKey Newsmakers has come up with giving this particular firms listing or top 100 ranks in India. So this report is named as BFSI Movers and Shakers Report 2020. We shall see who ranked the top in this banking, financial services and insurance companies. The rank 1 is taken up by HDFC, the 2 is taken up by ICICI and the third rank is taken up by State Bank of India. So these are the top 3 banking services that have taken the top 3 ranks in BFSI Movers and Shakers Report 2020. So the parameters that this VisiKey has considered in giving this report are customer service, the quality of the service that these banks offer, and monetary management, how well these banks manage, and the innovative offers the banks have come up during COVID-19. So some moratorium grants and extension of dues and all such things are done by banks during COVID-19 time, we know that. And these innovative offers, whichever bank has done the best is taken as a good bank during this COVID-19 time. So these are the 3 parameters the VisiKey firm has taken up about ranking BFSI firms. So the top 10 apart from these 3 are S Bank, Punjab National Bank, HSBC Bank and Bank of Baroda, Deutsche Bank and Industrial Development Bank of India and Kotak Mahindra. So these are the top 10 banks or BFSI firms that got place in BFSI Movers and Shakers Report 2020. So these are all the 5 topics for today, and thank you.